All right, everybody, welcome to the 2017 MILK 4A Provincial Basketball Finals here at the Investors Group Athletic Center. Grant McManus here with Missy Jenner. So welcome, and we're in for a great night, Missy.
Absolutely. We've got the number 1 and 2 teams featured in the girls' game. We've got the number 1 Vincent Massey Trojans against number 2 the Oak Park Raiders. Always an exciting final, always an exciting place to be.
Yeah, and there will be no surprises amongst these two teams. They play in the same conference. They've had 4 head-to-head matches already this year. Oak Park came out on 3, but you're always looking at the most recent consistent performance. That went to the Massey Trojans.
Absolutely, and both teams are stacked with a bunch of very top-notch players, and as we can see in our top 10 ranking, Oak Park has 3 of the top 10 players, and Vincent Massey has 1 and an honorable mention. So I think both teams are going to be very even. We see a lot of size on the side of Vincent Massey as well.
Yeah, and there's some talented kids here tonight, and we will see them in future basketball at the college level. So, folks, if you're just tuning in on your first experience with high school basketball in Manitoba, you're in for a treat. We're just moments away from tip-off tonight, getting ready for, like you said, the Vincent Massey Trojans and the Oak Park Raiders under the coaching guidance of Murray Brown with Oak Park and Stacey Hawash from the Vincent Massey Trojans. So it's always an exciting time, Missy.
Absolutely.
This is the culmination of Manitoba High School athletic basketball season. So stay in, strap it on, and let's get ready for some basketball.
Well, and this will always be a packed house, as we've always seen year after year in both volleyball and in basketball. It is definitely the place to be. You get a crowd here that you don't get often at other levels, so it's always exciting. Right after this, we're going to be featuring the boys' game, where we have number 1 Oak Park against number 3 St. Paul Crusaders. That one will also be a very exciting one. They've had very close games. Well,
and again, from the same conference, so there'll be no surprises. Very tightly contested games in the semifinals on Friday night. I'm really looking forward to see what tonight's match in the girls brings. The semifinals, for lots of different reasons, the scores were a little bit one-sided in favor of both Oak Park and Vincent Massey, but nonetheless, we're going to have some great games going forward.
Absolutely. There you get a look at some of the people in attendance already, and it's already getting packed here. Before you know it, both sides are going to be full, as they always are.
Yeah. So like we said, we're moments away from tip-off. You know, this is an exciting time for especially the grade 12 kids, because this is their, they've worked hard in many cases since they entered high school, which for some of them was in grade 9. So it's been a 4-year journey for many of these young ladies in their student athlete career, and they're looking both on either side to cap it off. So this is what competition is all about. We don't know the result of the game, so that's why we play them, Missy.
Absolutely, and not often, or not always, I guess I should say, that you get number 1 and 2.
Yeah, players to watch for the Vincent Massey Trojans are number 14, Nia Becker, and number 3, Deidre Bartlett. So I believe we are just about to turn it over to our house announcer here. We'll talk a little bit more. And we're going to turn it over to Richard Mason, our house announcer, for the pre-game announcements.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Girls' Championship Final of the 2017 Milk High School Basketball Championships. At this time, we'd like to welcome the teams competing in this championship game. The visitors on the scoreboard will be the Oak Park Raiders. The home team on the scoreboard, the Vincent Massey Trojans. Would everyone please rise and face the flag for the Singing of O Canada by Mackenzie Colton of St. Mary's Academy.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
The Oak Park Raiders advance to the finals by defeating the Miles MacDonnell Buckeyes and Sisler Spartans. Let's meet the Raiders. The team members are at guard number 2, Annika Weber. At guard number 4, Emma Anton. Number 5 at forward is Laura Wall. Number 7, Catherine Marquez. Number 8, Tess Polton. Number 9, Holly Clausen. Also, Sam Courtney. Now, the starting lineup. Number 1 at guard, Lauren Bartlett. Number 3 at guard, Deidre Bartlett. Number 6 at forward, Claire Signatovich. Number 10 at forward, Jessica Dick. And number 11 at forward, Emily Johnson. Trainer for the team is Starlene Jelena. Head coaches Murray Brown and Holly Kitchen. The Vincent Massey Trojans advanced to the finals, defeating the Kildonan East Reavers and the Westwood Warriors. Let's meet the members of the Trojans. At guard number 1, Alexis Garcia. At guard number 2, Jensen Woidus. At guard number 3, Vanessa Lee. At forward number 4, Taylor Clayson. At guard number 5, Kristen Dooley. At forward number 9, Sarah Lamoureux. At guard number 10, Jessica Hartog. At forward number 11, Taylor Reynolds. At guard number 13, Amai Grant. And at forward number 15, Deborah Kiasi. Now, let's meet the starting lineup. At guard number 6, Marine Paquet. At guard number 7, Victoria Tuchinski. At forward number 8, Julia Shetkowski. At forward guard number 12, Tanya Wallach. And at guard number 14, Naya Becker. Assistant coach Stephanie Trimble, trainer Alex Learn, and head coach is Stacy Hawash. The referees for tonight's game are Jeff Mayo, Wyatt Anders, and Andy Russo.
All right, welcome back to the 4A Milk Provincial Championships. We have the number 1 Vincent Massey Trojans taking on the number 2 Oak Park Raiders in the varsity girls final. I'm Grant McManus, and joining me with the coverage tonight is Missy Penner. So Missy, exciting night, as we've already talked about a little bit.
Absolutely. These teams have been waiting all season for this, working hard, trying to earn the right to be here, and they are here, number 1 and 2. Vincent Massey is in the white jerseys with the green, and Oak Park is in the blue with the white. Oak Park with the ball right now, so they start off on the offense. Again, they look for that outside shot, doesn't go in, it rains in and out, but a great rebound by number 10. That's Jessica Dick.
Come out with a little full court pressure here, so teams will just be looking to get settled in, find their touch on the ball.
And there's one of your top players, number 3 ranked in the province, Naya Becker. Yeah. So look for her to generate a lot of offense for Vincent Massey, as well as rebounding.
Absolutely. So again, the starting lineups for the Oak Park Raiders: number 1, Lauren Bartlett; number 3, Deidre Bartlett; number 6, Claire Signakovich; number 10, Jessica Dick; and number 11, Emily Johnson.
There we had a turnover. Oak Park ball with the ball right now is Dick. She dishes it off to Bartlett. We've got a couple of Bartletts on the floor here. We've got Lauren and Deidre, number 1 and 3. And looking to drive is number 1, Lauren Bartlett. She gets fouled on the play, so her first foul is called.
Doesn't take her much space to take it to the rim. And our starting lineups for the Vincent Massey Trojans at number 6, Marin Paquette, number 7, Victoria Tuchinski, number 8, Julie Shakowski, number 12, Tanya Wallach, and number 14, Naya Becker. On the line, number 1, Lauren Bartlett.
And she was good on the first and misses the second one, but we've got a lane violation.
Yep.
Results in Vincent Massey ball. So inbounding the ball right now is Becker.
Signikovic in a little too early, just nerves settling in so far. There's Chakowski with the ball up top, or Tuchinski.
Shetkowski is also one of the bigger players you'll see on the floor at 6 feet. She gets, Becker tried to get it into her, but the ball goes out of bounds. Oak Park ball.
Yep. Oak Park's come out in one-to-one defense. We'll see what kind of defense Massey applies here. They're applying a little bit of full court pressure here. And it appears as though both teams are coming out in one-on-one defense.
Bartlett with the ball, looking to set up the offense here. Having trouble with that. That ball gets it into Signatovic. And we've got a carried ball being called. And that's something we've seen a lot this season, or at least towards the end of the season. As soon as you see a player's hand kind of go under and then go over top, they are calling that carry. Yeah,
as soon as that thumb kind of goes from facing up to facing down. Victoria Tuchinski there.
Nice drive
for
there.
Okay. That's Shakowski.
One of the honorable mentions in our top 10. Becker coming down with a huge board, and she gets fouled on the play. That's a good call. We saw that Bartlett didn't have position, and probably not the best place to take a foul.
No. We've got Victoria Tuchinski with the ball in. That's Marin Paquette on the cut through.
Tuchinski gets the ball to Wallach.
Great block inside by number 6, Claire Signatovic.
Bartlett gets the ball. Bartlett to Signatovic. Signatovic takes a look. Bartlett with the outside, but Becker with the big block there. Nice turnaround play by Becker.
Great patience for a grade 11 player under the basket. Yeah. In basketball terms, she's a very long player. You know, long arms. So as we saw it on that block from the three-point line. So.
Yeah, and I mean, Dan Becker, how tall is Dan?
Oh, he's got to be what, 6'8", Dad?
I would say at least so.
Yeah, it comes by good genes, as they say.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's Bartlett putting it up.
It's called the genetic lottery.
Yeah, exactly. Here comes Paquette, up to Becker.
She looked to try and dish that off to Signet. Actually, to so did Shakowski. So Shakowski lost that ball, but with the ball right now is number 11. We've got Johnson. Johnson bringing up the ball forward. The Raiders gets it off to Bartlett. And we've got a reach in there, and again, that's a little bit, might be a little bit of nerves and a little bit undisciplined, but that foul went against Marin Paquette. Yeah.
Taylor Klassen's already into the game. Also coming into the game is number 3, Vanessa Lee, and number 11, Taylor Reynolds. So they're getting their first time in. So Coach Hawa trying to get a number of players in and get a feel for the game early.
And there we get a foul called in the play. I believe this one will go against number 4, Taylor Clayson. And we might recall one of her relatives that played for a couple of years there for Vincent Massey, the Claysons. That's a name we've heard before in the broadcast.
Yeah, so on the lines, number 11, Emily Johnson, good on the front end. Looking to convert on the back end. Nice release.
8-4 is our score in favor of Oak Park right now. Becker with the ball. Not too often you see someone that is 6'1" dribbling the ball up the court.
No, I've seen Dad in the gym lots with Naya, just one-on-one, just working on the basic fundamentals. You know, 6'1" at high school playing guards, pretty intimidating, but that next level, you know, Those kids got to be able to play all over the floor.
Absolutely. There we
Yeah.
see a nice shot.
Nice release there by number 3, Vanessa Lee. Cuts the lead to 2.
Bartlett bringing the ball up for the Raiders. Nice crossover,
Yeah.
takes a jump shot, doesn't go in. Coming down with it is number 11. That's Reynolds.
Clayson pulls it up. Jessica Dick with a hard rebound there. Good possession.
Looks like we've got a foul being called on the play there. I wasn't sure if they were going to call a jump ball, but it looked like someone did kind of reach in there.
Yeah, got them on the hole.
Pressure being put on by the Trojans.
Emily Johnson bringing the ball up under the pressure of Clayson there.
Gets it to Bartlett, fakes the shot. She looks to drive, not
Yeah.
afraid of driving
No,
the Bartlett
not at all.
sisters.
There goes Shakowski. Good inside bucket.
Again,
Becker
gets
looking
it
for the
built
cut
in.
down low by Lee. Cut off by the Oak Park defenders. There's Clayson off the back of the rim. Lee with a good rebound. Back to Clayson. Out top to Chichinsky. Around to Becker. She's going to take it down the lane. Vanessa Lee off the front of the rim. Victoria Tuchinski. The entire team looking to the rebound.
Another nice basket there by Johnson. 12-6 is our score, largest lead we've seen so far.
And we have more subs coming in for the Massey Trojans. Coming in is Alexis Garcia, number 8. Shakowski's still in. We also have, just get a look on the numbers here, number 15, Deborah Chiasi.
Outside shot taken and falls a little bit short by Johnson, and we've got a tie up underneath the basket there. Jump ball being called.
Good hustle there by the girls to hit the floor. Nice early held ball rather than letting them roll around and somebody end up in a foul situation.
Inbounding the ball right now is Vanessa Lee Garcia with the ball.
In for Oak Park is number 5, Laura Wall.
Becker takes a look, tries to get it inside to Chiasi, but it goes out of bounds. Still Massey ball. Chiasi was wide open. I guess she doesn't like the outside shot there.
Yeah, Oak Park's recognizing they're giving her room on the outside too.
Garcia with the outside shot, doesn't drop in, and going up there is Chiasi. She gets fouled on the play. This will put her to the line.
Yeah, contact there by Laura Wall, who just subbed into the game, putting Chiasi on the line for her first 2 shots. She's been there before. Nice high release.
Absolutely. And this is where you want players to be successful, is at the line. Games are won and lost when you have an opportunity to put points on the board with the clock not running down.
Oh, we've got a shooter violation on the line. In too early before the ball hit the rim, so. Which is a little bit odd at this time of the year, but again, different gym, different surroundings.
Absolutely, and sometimes what becomes very different at the investors group is the fact that there's not a wall behind the basket.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's
the depth
a different
perception
look.
is, And I know the volleyball teams, they get in here and get a chance, you know, to have a serve-receive practice. I'm not sure if the players get a chance to get in here and have a shoot around and try and get accustomed. Just the space, the size of the floor and the spacing is so much different here, Missy.
It's quite a change for players. They don't have the advantage of a gym this size.
Vanessa Lee with a nice drive, just
Johnson with the ball.
Yeah.
Gets it to Bartlett. Bartlett takes a look. She's looking to drive against Becker, and she gets the ball ripped away. Chiasi gets it to Garcia. Garcia takes a look, fakes, doesn't drop in. That was a nice look by Chiasi.
That was a great look, Bartlett's going to look to take her to the hole.
There we saw a nice block from behind by Becker.
The hoop and the harm, they say. She's going to go to the line for one after a great drive by Nia Becker. Looked her teammate off, took it to the hole with the scoop.
That's right, and one thing players have to learn is if they're going to establish position, take the charge.
Yep.
Let her look away.
Yeah, yeah.
You're in position, take the charge. Because it doesn't cost money.
No, that's right. And she converts, so three-point play. It's 10-12.
Again, pressure being put on by the Trojans. Bartlett with the ball.
Oh, double screen, had both options there, left and right. Bartlett not scared to take it. And we've got another hoop and harm, both ends.
This foul's going to go against number 8, Julia Shikowski. And that's something that we've seen is the Bartlett sisters are not afraid of driving in amongst the trees.
No, they are very explosive off the dribble. So you give them an inch, they'll take a mile, they'll take it to the hoop on you, and she converts. So
it's working.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what you want to see in players is that, I'll call it aggressiveness in sport, right? You just got to be aggressive. You can't be afraid. Go out there and just make a difference. And you know, it's one way to utilize the smaller guards.
Well, it's another element of their offense, another threat that defense has to be concerned about.
And there we get Becker with the steal. Oh, and tries to pass it in, but right there.
There's Jessica with a nice two-hand block at the net.
No kidding.
We've seen some blocks, we've seen some steals, we've seen, we're having a good menu here so far.
Jessica Dick's not playing volleyball, she should be.
Yeah. Well, she was a member of their Oak Park team, so yeah. Ball in the hands now of Jessica Hardog. So her first look into the game at the outside player.
Reynolds tries to put it up, but it
That's
doesn't
a big
go in.
Inside three for Oak Park right now with
Absolutely.
Shikowski, Dick, and Laura Wall.
So we talked about the size of Vincent Massey, but Oak Park equally has some very big players, so they match up nicely.
Yes.
Paquette bringing the ball down for Vincent Massey, dishes it off to Becker. Becker looking for that outside shot, and the lefty drains the three.
Good for the tray, they say. You know, what an offensive threat. Plays inside, plays outside. Nice dish there by Bartlett.
Nice basket by Wall. Hartog with the ball. Gets it to Becker. Becker takes a look, does a fake, goes for the drive, doesn't get the foul. Coming down with a big board by Dooley. Sorry, by Wall. My mistake. Bartlett gets it inside.
Nice little handoff there, yep.
So Oak Park just responding nicely when we see Vincent Massey kind of come back and make it a game here and tie it up. Then we see Oak Park just respond nicely with some baskets. There we saw another carried ball being called.
Yeah, on the reverse dribble, that little scoop there. So we've got Vanessa Lee back into the game and Taylor Clayson.
Johnson dribbling the ball up, gets it off to Bartlett. And she looks to drive, but again, another carried ball being called.
Well, the players are going to make an adjustment because looks like it's going to get called tonight. So we'll see if the players can make the adjustment and if the referees stay consistent on their calls. Good quick drive there by Paquette.
Clayson takes a look, tries to get it inside there, and she does to Reynolds. But we've got 3 seconds being called, so a violation in the key area.
So a number of turnovers so far. Held balls or carry balls, 3 seconds. Guess that's what comes in a championship game.
Bartlett.
They must have had some very interesting, tightly contested driveway one-on-one games.
No kidding. Bartlett versus Bartlett.
3 on the shot clock, and they got a walk.
Yeah, looked like that time when Signatovic went to go around, she took a step before putting the ball to the ground, so that results in a travel ball.
Good defensive stance there by the Trojans.
Hartog takes the outside shot, but coming down with it is Dick. Johnson slowing things up. Dick takes a look, goes to drive, and she does, and she gets fouled on the play. This will put her to the line. So it looks like Oak Park's doing a very good job of driving. They're taking most of their shots inside, so they're driving to the hoop and getting fouled on the play, which accomplishes a couple of things. One, if you make the basket, it still puts you to the line, but it is getting it to the line, but it could also put the Trojans in foul trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. They hit that one outside shot early just to kind of, you know, make defense or make Vincent Massey come out and play defense on them. But yeah, they have a great job of ball fake and then taking the ball to the hoop so far. So
21-13 is our score. 28 seconds left in the opening quarter here of the girls' championship game. We're live at the Investors Group Athletic Center at the University of Manitoba.
Too quick, too fun, Missy.
This did go by fast, actually.
Marinka Peck with the outside shot.
Bartlett takes a look, slows things up, wants to get that last shot with 7 seconds left. And you know, and this time we get a foul on the play. So it looked like she was going to drive, and she was a little too fast there for Paquette, and Paquette got called on the block.
And we're into 5-team fouls, so we're into shooting penalty shots now.
So this is Lauren Bartlett at the line. Again, this is where Oak Park has a chance to put some points on the board and keep themselves in this one. They do trail right now by 8.
Yeah.
And good on the second one.
Yep. So we have subs coming in with 5.4 seconds. Coming in is number 1, Alexis Garcia for the Trojans, and number 4, Emma Anton for
And 5 seconds is enough time to get down the court and get that last shot. And they put some speed on the court right now. Takes that shot, but it doesn't drop
Heck
in.
of an attempt on that running shot from the outside by Garcia there.
So our score right now at the end of the first quarter is 22-13.
Oak Park up after the first quarter, so both coaches will be looking to see what either they can maintain, or Coach Hawash will be looking to see what they can do to prevent those drives to the drive down the lane. So,
and that's definitely something that Oak Park, you're going to see them continue to do because they have been successful at it so far, but that's where Massey has to be quick on their feet and establish some position so they don't give them the open lane.
Yeah.
You know, get that position and try and get, you know, maybe a charge in there.
Yeah.
One thing that Vincent Massey has done very well is they've shot from the outside, but they've also gotten it inside.
Yep. Here are the first quarter stats from our great folks at Stat Trackers. Leading the scoring for the Oak Park Raiders is number 1, Lauren Bartlett, and for the Oak Park Raiders is Nia Becker with 8. Those are our leading scorers so far. Shooting percentage for Vincent Massey, 22.7 in that first quarter and 43%. So again, Vincent Massey will be looking to tighten up the defense a little bit in this second quarter.
Absolutely. It's only a 9-point lead, and that can change so very quickly in a game of basketball.
And they were just, you know, they had a couple bad bounces off the rim. They were getting good looks, you know, so hopefully they can start converting those and get a few more rim-friendly shots, as they say. So it looks like we've got, starting the second quarter here for Vincent Massey is Tuchinski, Vanessa Lee, Becker. Number 8 is Julie Shakowski, and number 4, Taylor Clayson. And coming back onto the floor for the Oak Park Raiders are the 2 Bartletts, Deidre and Lauren. Also number 6, Claire Signakovic, Jessica Dick, and Emily Johnson. And we're underway, Missy.
And these are 2 of the stronger programs in the girls program. Vincent Massey as well as Oak Park. And I believe Oak Park was in the final last year against Sisler. And they were a very young team. So we actually said way back then that we'll probably see them again
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that Sisler team, they were smothering the two twins that are now playing at the University of Regina. As we were just talking before the game, they had a very successful first year in U Sport, which is now it's called, not CIS. They actually end up winning the consolation final at the Nationals. So
Right,
congratulations to those young ladies.
Absolutely, that's great to be not only in the national championship in your first year, but to, you know, to win the consolation.
Yeah, bodes well for
the future.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they beat their northern Saskatchewan rivals, the Saskatoon Huskies, so that would even be sweeter for them.
Absolutely. There was a nice drive by Dick, but it didn't drop in. We've got some pressure being put on by Oak Park. Becker taking a look, showing a lot of patience here.
I know without a ball, I don't think there's anyone that could keep up with Victoria Tuchinski. She's a world-class middle distance runner. Might be a little bit different with a basketball in her hand, but she's doing a pretty good job so far. Interesting story, like as you probably know, Missy, she's a world-class middle distance runner. And we don't say that lightly. She is an unbelievable, talented runner. But she's out here playing in the 4A girls basketball final. She was also on the Vincent Massey girls hockey team. You know, big-time contributor there. And in the playoffs for the high school girls, she was going back between running track meets down in the States, coming home, getting off a plane, you know, heading to the rink. So that's what we talk about, our multi-sport athletes.
Absolutely.
And how strong and balanced they are. And she's got a very bright future.
And that sounds like one hectic schedule.
Oh.
But good on her. And I mean, I think there's something to be said about multi-sport athletes. I think there's sometimes some of your best athletes that you see on the floor. And it also helps as far as conditioning.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to one of her phys ed teachers, and she was asking him, well, like when basketball's done, I'm kind of going to have this time off until outdoor track. Like, what am I going to do? And he's thinking, well, you could probably rest. But team handball's starting up. Why don't you give that a try? So, all right, here we go. We're going to hear what Coach Hawash has to say.
Double and triple you for sure. Okay, stay there, ball screen. Come over top, try to roll. Not there. First the ball. You had a couple drives off that early, right? Back cut, get you open. Step up, set the next screen. Okay, we're kind of right, whatever you want. Relax. The game is not even close over. I slowed down. One at a time. On offense, we need to slow down. Outside one, here we go. All right. 3, 2, 1. Target.
All right, as we get back after this timeout call by Vincent Massey, just looking at one of the stats, Missy, in that first quarter, Oak Park Raiders had 12 defensive rebounds, so that combined with the low shooting percentage is part of the tale of the first quarter.
Absolutely. Bartlett passes it off to her sister. She takes the outside shot, and she is good. It was a two-pointer. Her foot was on the line. Lee with the ball. Looking to drive, gets it back to Clayson. All the way to Becker. Back to Clayson. Clayson looking to drive. 4 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
Shot doesn't drop in for Shitkowski. Now, I wasn't sure if that, it looked like it didn't hit the rim, so they get a shot clock violation. And it looked like it did go to the side.
Yeah, it was just to the left of the rim, so if you're, as you're viewing the game, you'll notice that Nia Becker, number 14 for Vincent Massey, she's going to draw the double team as soon as she gets her hands on the ball. You know, there's an example there of Tuchinski's speed.
Yeah.
Great chase back to down the floor by Shitkowski.
Signatowicz did a very good job for Oak Park getting back and preventing that easy putback for the Trojans.
Yeah.
Becker looking to drive, she goes up, but it doesn't drop in. Coming down with it is number 10, Dick. Again, a bit of pressure, bit of soft pressure being put on by the Trojans. Johnson unable to put in that reverse layup. This foul is going to go against Deidre Bartlett, your number 4 ranked player in the province.
Called on the hold, and coming into the game for the Trojans is number 11, Taylor Reynolds. Coming out of the game, number 4, Taylor Klassen. And we've got number 8, Julie Shakowski, on the line for 2.
All right, one of your honorable mentions.
Unsuccessful on the first attempt. Trying to narrow the gap to 12, which she does.
But on the second attempt, pressure being put on, full court pressure.
Yeah.
Bartlett showing no fear with that pressure.
Nope.
That was a great crossover by Bartlett. Almost lost control,
Yeah.
but she maintained control going at that speed.
She had me off my seat.
Lead takes the outside shot. Doesn't go in, but coming
Yeah.
down with it is Shitkowski.
Yeah, a little unfriendly off the rim so far.
Yeah.
Great footwork by these Bartlett girls, my goodness. And handling the ball at pace.
Bartlett with the outside shot. Doesn't go in, just a little bit short. Becker coming down
Yeah.
with a big board for the Trojans. Oh, and
Great
she got
feed
that.
there.
No kidding, did she put that,
Oh my.
needle that one.
Yeah. And they converted on the second attempt, so.
Or thread the needle, I guess.
Oh my, yeah.
Just got it inside there.
Yeah.
She didn't have much room to get that to her. But unfortunately, it looked like number 11, Taylor Reynolds, didn't really give herself an angle for that shot. Nice move there
Nice
by number 10. That's Jessica Dick, your number 10
Yeah,
ranked
great
player.
reverse dribble.
Becker takes the outside shot. She's not afraid of taking that when
No.
they give her the look.
Got 5:57 left in the second quarter. Nice look off there by Deidre Bartlett.
Again,
Pardon
showing
me, that's
no
Lauren,
fear.
Lauren Bartlett, pardon me. Yeah,
Not afraid of driving at all.
absolutely fearless. There's a nice stop and pop by Vanessa Lee. Finally got a little bit of a
friendly bounce
friendly
there.
bounce there. Yeah, they've been looking for that one, so maybe that's the start of things to come for the Trojans. All right. Good pressure by Vanessa Lee, got called on the hold. All right, so coming in for the Trojans is number 1, Alexis Garcia, and number 6, Marin Paquette, back into the game. And Coach Murray Brown has now called a timeout, so they've each used a timeout here in the first half, Missy.
All right, then, hey, we're going horns now. Horns okay for you, but we got you two in, all right? No, I want you in. I want you in. You're out, okay? Okay, you make sure you're on this right side. You're on the outside on horns, okay? Hey, we got a shorter clock, hey? We only have 16. We only have 16.
Okay, so coming in after that timeout, it's 30 Oak Park, Vincent Massey 18. As you heard Coach Brown say, they got a short clock here, down to 10 on the shot clock. Another great feed there by Bartlett into
Signatowicz that missed that shot for Oak Park. Becker again taking a look. They get it inside to Reynolds. Back to Garcia. She takes the outside shot and drains the three.
Brings the Massey fans to life a little bit. Get the team rolling.
And again, there's Bartlett driving and getting fouled on the play. So this is where Massey has to be very careful. They're reaching in instead of moving their feet and getting position. This could put them in some foul trouble, and it's constantly putting Oak Park to the line.
Well, and that's the the danger of that quick step by those offensive players is you get on your heels and you don't have your feet moving, and then you're trying to recover by reaching in. So yeah.
And as much as Massey has some depth, you know, they've got players coming in off the bench, I'm sure they don't want to lose some key players to foul trouble.
No, that's exactly right.
Lee takes a look at, gets it to Kiasi, back to Lee. Again, they're trying to get that ball inside and looking to drive there. Was number 11 Reynolds, but she gets blocked in the play. Bartlett with the ball.
Well, just looking at the first quarter stats, Marin Paquette from Vincent Massey, she took 2 in the first quarter, so
Yeah.
that's probably why she's just coming off the bench now, as Coach Hawash trying to protect her a little bit.
Absolutely. Signatowicz makes the basket for Oak Park. 34-21 is our score. Lee gets it to Kiasi. Gets it back, and she goes up but misses that one, but the ball's out of bounds.
They've
off
had some good
Signatowicz.
they've had some good close looks. They need to start converting those if they're going to stay in touch with the Raiders here.
Yeah, you definitely want to make those easy ones.
Yeah.
It's one thing if they're contested, but those are,
Yeah.
you know, kind of clean looks.
There's another good look.
Ball goes out of bounds off Bartlett. Still Massey ball.
I think they'd rather have the good bounces around the basket and not on the out of bounds line in this.
Becker. Nice step
Nice look
around.
there,
That's
yeah.
a great advanced move.
Yeah.
Players who want to learn a good move, watch that replay. And we've got a foul being called. This time it's an offensive foul. So we've got a timeout being called by the Oak Park Raiders. We'll see if we can listen in to the Trojan timeout.
Okay, low post, you can set a screen coming out, make sure you're stationary when you're down there. Okay, so we're gonna cut through. Dribble attack, you cut that ball screen here. You like? Okay. Do that push, do that flash, and come back. Yes? Go up here to the right. Always go look back, look inside. Okay, yes? Okay, you guys defensively is where we have to step this game up. Out. Okay? We're just getting to the rim too many times. With their horns. Okay? Stay defense. Okay? And try. Okay? And time. Underneath. Okay. No. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go.
So, Coach,
Again, it was kind of hard to hear the timeout there. You can see
Yeah.
Coach Hawash diagramming some plays. I think the important thing is they've got to make some of those easy shots, and that still could be, believe it or not, a
Yeah.
little bit of nerves. And there we got a steal
I'm not sure
by
that's
Signatowicz.
a little extra step on that one, I thought.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's how she drew it up on the other end either on the turnover.
Nice play
Boy,
to get
great
rid of
hustle
that
by the
ball.
kids there.
Absolutely, and a nice shot there by Bartlett.
Yeah. 37-23, Oak Park up. 3 minutes left in the first half.
So this first half has gone by relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Lee taking a look, looking to drive. She goes up, doesn't drop in. Coming down with it is Dick. She's looking all alone. Will she go around number 8? Oh, but she's going to get called on the travel. And that's again when she went to make that move, but kind of skidded a little bit.
And Oak Park's still in one-on-one defense down here. They just do a good job of collapsing down into the paint when they start to drive and doesn't give them any room. So it's forcing the Vincent Massey Trojans to alter their shots when they do drive to the basket.
Maria Becker gets the ball to Szytkowski. Gets it back to number 8, Szytkowski, who drains the basket. Again, some pressure being put on by the Trojans. Deidre Bartlett showing no fear getting through that pressure. They get the ball inside to Signatowicz. Good hustle by Signatowicz to get that ball back. It was going out of bounds and she just reached for it. So good second effort. Oh boy, and that had Lee almost almost blocked that one, and
Yeah.
Bartlett drained the three, so 40-25, 15-point lead, our largest lead of the night.
Yeah, doesn't worry, doesn't phase her having a hand in her face, and that one was in her face. Good rotation there on defense by Oak Park.
Players
They are
fighting for the
certainly letting
ball.
them play, aren't they?
They are. Players are definitely fighting for that ball and to get possession.
Yeah. Three seconds on the shot clock, so they're going to have to be look at it quick here.
Oh, and a
No,
nice
did
step
not get
around.
the shot off.
Didn't get it off
Yeah.
on time. But I do like that move that she made with the step around. That was actually a good move, just unfortunately done a little bit too late.
Yeah. It's a good matchup with Bartlett and Lee here. Good quick feed on both of them.
Dick gets the ball to Bartlett, back to her sister, takes the
Yeah.
outside shot, doesn't drop in. Becker comes down with a big board for Massey.
I think we're not seeing Marin Paquette on the floor. I think she picked up her third here in the second quarter, Missy. I know she
Okay.
had two in the first. So Garcia with a nice drive. Boy, just unfriendly rims for the Trojans at this point in time.
Bartlett looking to drive, but she dishes it off. And a nice dish off to Dick. She gets fouled on the play. That's going to put her to the line.
You just have to have your hands ready for the ball with these Bartlett girls, because they are going to feed you and find you all game long. My goodness.
You know what? I would be taking that lane away. I'd be backing up a little bit and make them at least go around me. And hopefully a player comes and helps at that point.
Yeah.
But right now, they're just getting sort of a free run right down to the basket.
They literally are running downhill at you right now. Massey's got to find a way to stop it. Or the coach Hawash will look at going into his zone and try and protect that a little bit and make them start shooting the ball from the outside. But
not
they've
as
also
high a
demonstrated
percentage.
that's not much of a concern for them either.
No, because actually Massey made a couple shots, got themselves back in this game, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden Oak Park got a couple of threes there and just kind of put that lead to 15.
Yeah.
So
we're under a minute here in the first quarter here in the 2017 4A Girls Varsity Basketball Championship with the Oak Park Raiders and the Vincent Massey Trojans. Right now, a 15-point game.
it was a nice shot by Signatovich, but it
Yep.
didn't drop in, but Massey comes down with it. They get it ahead to Garcia. Bartlett, good hustle on defense, and we've got a double dribble being called against Garcia. So Lauren Bartlett with the ball right now for the
we've
Oak
still
Park
got
Raiders.
we've still got two possessions here. There's 19 in the clock and 28 in the game clock.
Nice crossover.
My goodness.
And that's where number 6, that was Signatovich, has to be aware of who's around her because she almost got picked from behind.
Yeah.
But that's where communication is also important in basketball. Often players aren't helping their teammates and, out with, is there a, someone setting a screen?
Nice look there.
That was a nice, yeah, for sure, a nice look by Clayson.
And we have a 15-point difference. Oak Park up 40-25 over the Vincent Massey Trojans here to end the first half. Misty, your thoughts?
Well, I think the big difference is we're seeing the Bartletts really doing a great job of driving to the hoop, and they're just showing no fear, and that's what you want from your guards on your floor, because they're the ones that are kind of the generals, right? The floor generals. So they're doing a really good job, and when someone does kind of roll, and try and play some defense on them, they're dishing the ball out to the big players.
Yeah. All right, we have our host, Trent Brown, going to interview Oak Park coach Murray Brown. Take it away, Trent.
Hi, my name's Trent, and I'm here with the head coach of the Oak Park Raiders. Coach, what do you think of your team's performance in the first half?
We've been playing real hard, and Massey's a very talented team, and we've been doing a good job on defense, like making their looks hard, and offensively we've been lucky. Some balls went in, so that's always good.
And what are you going to be talking to your team about in the dressing room?
Staying focused. Staying focused is going to be the key, right? They're going to come at us hard in the second half. They always do. So we just got to be focused and make sure that we keep them off the boards. Play to our strengths.
All right. Thank you for this interview, Coach, and we'll see you later.
Thanks a lot.
Sending it back to the live action here at the Milk 4A Provincial Championship basketball games.
Good job, Trent. Yeah, we've 40-15, as we said, closing out the first half with the Oak Park Raiders up. So, you know, it's as Missy said, it's the Bartlett twins that are really dictating the pace of the game right now.
And
Okay.
I think Murray Brown had also a very good point of keeping his team focused, because there is another half to play, and we've often seen teams come back and it becomes a totally different story. So it is going to be very important for them to stay very focused, continue doing what they've been doing well.
Yeah. So we hope you come back, and we're going to turn it over to video that you're going to view right now. So we'll be back here in a few minutes, folks.
Broadcast Media program here at ATC is an excellent and fun 8-credit program that gives the students the opportunity to be a part of the TV, radio, and media industry.
They're going to learn the basics of broadcast media, so they're going to be learning how to be on-air people, how to work the camera, be technical people behind the scenes, editing, special effects, graphics. We're going to show them how to do films, documentaries, news. There's so many aspects to broadcasting nowadays. It's just not as simple as I'm going to be a cameraman at a news station. They can do so much more. So we're going to teach a lot of different aspects of this industry.
Students work on state-of-the-art computers, audio equipment, professional cameras, and a fully mobile production studio. That studio travels from school to school, broadcasting live events on the LRSD.TV online TV station.
The equipment we're using here at ATC is close to professional broadcast as we possibly can afford. Obviously, some things are very expensive, so we can't afford buying all those things, but we're using professional cameras. We have a full-size switcher, which is very expensive, and we have a lot of equipment here, including a radio station that's using professional radio software, the same stuff you'd see at a radio station. We're trying to emulate industry as best we possibly can with what we have here, and I think it's really cool that students get to use these kind of toys at a high school level.
Students also get to work on LRSD TV and LRSD radio. This will give students hands-on opportunities and real experiences that you would find on a professional job site.
We actually are creating a TV station here and a radio station for students to hone their skills. The best way to do it is continuing to do it hands-on. So one of the things that we do a lot of are sporting events for television, and we're going to be starting our radio program this year where students will actually be on the air and be able to be heard by family and friends on the internet.
It's because of opportunities like this that makes the students excited to be part of this program.
I would really say that this program has a lot to give. They teach you everything in every single detail, the theory part, the practical things, and also you get to meet a lot of new people over here. You get to make contacts, you get to know about the industry a lot. So it's a really good program if you're thinking about going in photography or videography things.
So much in this course that you just don't know before you take it. Like, you don't really know broadcasting is a job. Maybe you do, I don't know. I learned everything about post-production. The teacher is great, he has experience in the industry, and we use great equipment.
By the end of the program, the goal is to prepare students for a career in the broadcasting industry, or to move on to post-secondary education. Students can go on a 4-week work experience. Thanks to the experience they get here using professional equipment and broadcasting sporting events, students have the opportunity to get a job in the industry and find entry-level employment in the field as general operators, television assistants, camera operators, editors, and more.
Now I work for Dome Productions that works under TSN, and they do sports such as the Jets and the Bombers. So Mr. P gave out my name to TSN and got me the job for the Bombers, and I did Parab. So they liked me, and I ended up getting another job with the Jets. So I do the score bug for them.
You want to join this exciting program? Go to our website or call us at 204-237-8951. Do you like making food? Do you want to be comfortable in any industrial or even home kitchen? The Louis Riel Arts and Technology Center's Culinary Arts program will hone you into the chef you want to be. So what should you expect from Culinary Arts?
They are working on a whole different kind of things, from meat cutting, soups, sauces, baking, as well as a work experience component later on in the year.
At the end of this program, graduates will be comfortable working with kitchen safety, breakfasts and dairy, stocks, soups and sauces, meats, poultry, fish and seafood, baking, cooking vegetables, starches and grains, garnishing, catering and buffet setup, as well as some of the managerial duties that come with working in a kitchen. This course is designed for hands-on learners. You spend most of the time learning in the kitchen.
In the class, we do about 30% theory, 70% hands-on learning. So students at the start, they'll learn about the food safety and about the different forms of food poisoning and how to avoid that.
One of the best parts of ATC's culinary arts is that you'll be surrounded by and work with people who are all as passionate about food as you are.
I wanted to become a chef because I enjoy cooking and trying different things with food and just being adventurous.
Like, I'm very passionate about cooking food, and it's really nice to know what you're cooking, what you're actually putting in your mouth, where it's come from, how it's prepared.
And the best part is, the teachers are just as passionate about cooking as the students.
I really enjoy Thai cooking.
Here with the head coach of the Vincent Massey team. Coach, not the result you wanted in the first half. How did you think your team played?
We definitely didn't control on defense what we needed to do, aggressiveness and stuff like that, and getting out on the floor. We didn't hit shots that we normally hit, so we're hoping that the second half is better for us.
All right, and what did you talk about to the girls in the change room?
The defensive focus has to be the beginning of what we do in the second half.
All right, thank you, Coach. I'll throw it back up to our color and play-by-play commentary.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2017 Manitoba High School Athletics 4A Varsity Girls Basketball Championship between the Oak Park Raiders and the #1 Vincent Massey Trojans. Currently, Oak Park leads 40-25. Missy, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, it was a very entertaining first half. I mean, we definitely saw the penetration by Oak Park, and it's working to their favor. And when it's not working, they're certainly not afraid of taking some of those outside shots, and they were successful with it. I think the thing that Vincent Massey has to be most careful about is their defense right now in taking fouls. They got to start moving their feet and getting positioning instead of kind of bailing them out by reaching in and getting some of those fouls. It's going to put them in foul trouble, and it's also putting Oak Park to the line. They can't afford to have them get shots on the, or points on the board without that clock running down.
Well, as we were saying at the end of the first half, the ability of the two Bartlett girls to be able to penetrate off the dribble with that quick step, and it put Marin Paquette in trouble because she picked up 3 in the first half. So Coach Hawash had to protect her against those fouls, and it made an impact when your starting guard isn't on the floor for a big chunk of the first half.
Absolutely.
Our leading scorers out of the first half, out of the Oak Park Raiders, with 11 was #3 Deidre Bartlett, followed by 9 points with Lauren Bartlett. It was Julia Shikowski for the Vincent Massey Trojans, #8 with 7, and then Nia Becker, #14, the grade 11 player, chipping in with 10. But the other stat that we noticed, Missy, was the difference between rebounds.
Rebounds,
Defensive rebounds for Oak Park at 24-5 on the other end, which means they didn't have to rebound a lot because they're putting everything in, resulting in a 15-point lead. So, we'll see if both teams continue to come out and play one-on-one defense. They're going to have to do something on the Vincent Massey side, as you've said, Missy, to try and at least slow up that downward run to the basket by the Oak Park Raiders. So it appears as though Vincent Massey has their original starting lineup with Becker, Paquette,
Tuchinski, Wallach, and Shikowski.
And Oak Park answers with their starting lineup from the beginning of the game. So Oak Park Vincent Massey possession, and we're underway.
Second half is underway here in the girls' championship game. #1 and 2 ranked on the court right now. So Becker takes the jump shot, puts it off the backboard, in and out, in.
Good call shot to start the possession.
Again, some pressure being put on by Massey. It results in a turnover. It gets tipped away. Becker looking to drive. She gets another basket. So this is again where the game can change so quickly.
And they come out in a zone press. 1-3-1.
We almost had another turnover, and actually we do because it goes out of bounds off the Oak Park player.
So they start in a 4-0 run and they come out in a 1-3-1 full court press, get the turnover on the far end. So.
And the funny thing is, we saw some pressure being put on in the first half, but Oak Park didn't really panic. Why they're stopping and throwing the ball away right away, I'm not really sure what's happening there.
Yeah.
Like there, take your time. You got the players there. Dick gets the ball to Bartlett. Bartlett wide open. That would have been a huge basket for them. Becker comes down with a big board, but it's looks like it was almost tipped away, but it went out of bounds off the Oak Park player.
Good effort there by Shikowski.
Paquette bringing the ball up for the Trojans. Gets it to Tuchinski. She takes the jump shot and drains it. So 6 quick points puts them right back in this game. They only trail by 9.
Yeah, they're coming out in that 1-3-1 full court zone press. Then they fall back into one-on-one on the half-court defense.
Bartlett with the ball, looking to drive, and she doesn't go in. Big board by Paquette.
Yeah.
And a turnover this time.
Boy, oh boy.
So both teams putting on some strong pressure.
Yeah, they had their legs rested at half. They're coming out running hard to start the second half, Missy.
Bartlett gets it to her sister. They dish it inside. Going up strong, but it doesn't go in as Signatovic. Becker coming down with it.
Yeah, Massey with a good stop on that end, looking to convert. Bartlett just lost track of that. Had a good defensive stand there.
Yeah, she did. She almost stole that ball. Tuchinski gets blocked on the plate. But Becker steals it, so both teams just stealing left, right, and center.
Fast and Furious number 8, I guess this would be the addition, eh?
I think it is.
We got a hold call, so it's a massive possession on the side, non-shooting foul.
Paquette gets it to Torchinsky. She's taking a look. Becker looking to drive, dishes it out to Paquette. She takes the outside shot. It's going to go a little bit short. But who comes down with it again? Players going all over the place for it. Becker.
And Becker.
She's
what an
falling.
effort.
Holy.
Yeah. That's an 8-0 run to start the second half. That's probably a little bit more how Coach Howish had it drawn up.
I would think so. I mean, this is going to be.
And they got another stop and the foul.
And if this goes against number 11, this will be her 3rd foul.
That's 3 team fouls to start the second half. Only not even 3 minutes in, so.
And as much as Oak Park's still in the lead, it's always a bit of a mental game because now you feel like you're losing the lead as opposed to Massey, who's going to feel good about catching up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about perspective and mindset here, absolutely. That's their first stop of the second half, 3 minutes in, so they'll see if they can make a impact on the scoreboard on the other end.
Oh, and that was a shot I'm sure Signatovic would like back.
Yeah.
This is another foul. That's called this time against number 6, Signatovic.
That's the 3rd team foul. Nice move there by Paquette.
Paquette
pulls it up, nothing but net.
Only a 5-point lead now, 40-35, so they've made a 10-point ground right now. It's 10-0.
Yeah.
Oh, and there we got a foul. And you could see Paquette come underneath her.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that was a very disciplined foul. She should have held her position, but the minute she came forward, she's getting called on that.
Yeah. Tough call for Marin Paquette there. That puts her in deep foul trouble with 4.
Yeah, and you might not see her now till the 4th quarter.
Nope, and it's going to put a lot of pressure on Vanessa Lee coming in off the bench to fill her spot. So we'll see what kind of job young Vanessa Lee does. But we've seen Coach Hawash roll a lot of players all year, so it's not like this is unknown territory to be playing in these kind of games.
Yeah. Except for, mentally, and players, it's hard not to think of this, but mentally, you just went on a 10-0 run with her on the floor. So, it probably does make a difference as far as from a leadership point of view as well.
Yeah.
Tuchinski.
Yeah.
Becker
Clearly,
takes a
Oak
look.
Park doesn't see Tuchinski as or pardon me, doesn't see Shakowski as an outside shooting threat because they're giving her all kinds of room. And
They
just,
really are.
yeah, sagging
Yeah.
it in.
Shetkowski's wide open, and she's not looking to take the shot, and they're
Yeah.
not covering her on that. So Tuchinski to inbound the ball now for the Trojans.
I think that's the 4th team foul if that was a foul called.
Yeah. Oh, and there we saw that
Yeah.
outside shot
Yeah.
there by Shakowski, but she had to take a quick one because the shot clock was running down.
Yeah.
Looking to drive right now was Dick, and she makes no mistake on that one. So we're back up to a 9-point lead.
Yeah.
44-35 is our score.
Yeah. Great control by Jessica Dick there. Squares up to the basket in the air.
That was a nice drive by Lee.
Yeah.
We got a jump ball being called. Alternating possession is going to go to Oak Park.
So coming into the game for the Massey Trojans, we've got number 11, Taylor Reynolds, number 1, Alexis Garcia, and who else do we have coming in? Taylor Clayson? Yeah.
Dick has the ball. She gets it right across the key area.
And Bartlett.
Doesn't drop
Good
in.
rebound there by Alexis Garcia. She certainly had an impact in the first half when she was on the floor. There's
Lee
Vanessa
with the
Lee.
outside shot. Looks
Yeah.
to bank that one, but coming down with that board is Clayson. Gets it into Becker, but off the foot and out of bounds.
There's that double team we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Nia Becker's going to have lots of company in the second half.
When you've got a player of the caliber of Becker as well as the stature, it's probably a good idea to double team her. So you
Yeah.
want to front her and have someone behind as well, so deny that pass. And if it does get in, you've got someone there ready to, at least apply some kind of defense.
Well, you're right, on the radar. She's on the radar of Basketball Canada with their elite program, so.
6'1" and only in grade 11.
Yeah.
Number 3 ranked player in the province, so a good future, and obviously comes from a basketball family. That helps as well.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And when you get the
Dad,
opportunity
the
to
high
get in the
performance
gym,
coach of Basketball Manitoba.
yeah, you get the opportunity
Yeah.
to get in the gym as much as you do. That is definitely,
But she
can
works
help.
hard. Like she's.
Absolutely. Well, I'm just looking compared to last year, and
Oh.
a notable difference.
Yeah.
And just plays
bigger,
with a
bigger,
lot more
stronger.
confidence.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This foul's going to go against Signatovic.
So that's going to put Nia Becker on the line for 2. Trying to close this gap inside 10, 35-45 right now. Massey down 10. Here in the 4A Girls Milk Championships for the Manitoba High School Athletic Association. Well, there was a favorable bounce.
That's a good, healthy bounce. Straight up and in.
Yeah.
Nothing but net after it hit the rim.
Trying to convert the back end. Nice rotation. Good hustle there by
Signatovic with that one. They try and get the ball inside to Clayson, but it goes out of bounds off her hand. Oak Park ball.
Yeah. Nice calm presence by Coach Hawish on the sideline. Her girls will reflect that and not getting panicked in the game.
And this is also a very hard gym to coach in because players can't always hear you. It's such a large area, and with the noise that the crowd makes, it makes it very difficult to get the attention of your players. So a lot of your coaching is done already.
What a heads-up play there by Laura Bartlett. Had a piece of the rebound, couldn't grab it, got enough of it to bounce it off the Massey defender out of bounds. Just the presence of mind in big games like this to look for those little details.
Johnson gets the ball to Dick. Dick looking to drive. She does, but it doesn't
Yep.
go in. Again, didn't use any of the backboard there.
Garcia, and we've got a 2-on-1 going the other way. And she stops and pulls it up.
That ball goes out of bounds off Becker, results in Oak Park ball.
Yeah.
Bartlett did a good job of trying to figure out who she was going to cover there. She kind of took away the lane and really, I thought, established some good positioning with a 2-on-1.
Good rotation there.
Again, that's where Dick has to make that shot.
Yeah.
She waited, showed a lot of patience.
Good heads up by Becker there.
And then coming down with that one was number 11, Reynolds.
Yeah. Good battle under the boards at both ends right now. And Becker with a nice pickpocket there on Bartlett, and going to be rewarded going to the line for 2.
And Bartlett really had no choice there. You might as well put her to the line as long as you're not in any kind of foul trouble. And that's only her second foul.
But we've got 3:38 left and already 5 team fouls by Oak Park. So, you know, that's in favor of Vincent Massey, where they can try and close the gap when the clock stopped on the foul line. Looks like, yeah, our camera crew is going to give you some insights into Coach Hawash's timeout.
Close that trap, make yourself big on the inside. Yes? Okay, and this person has to drop. Yes? Make sense? Ellie? Yeah. Offensively, okay, CBS. And with the idea that when Nia gets, they're looking to jumper sometimes, so offside post, you might flash every here and there, okay? You get an opportunity, yes? Okay, good? Okay, keep going, ladies. Hey, we gotta box out and get bored. Grab that ball, it has to be ours. Too many times they're getting their hands in there and grabbing it from us and knocking it away. Okay, let's go. Come on. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, judges.
So a couple of things there, Missy, I heard from Coach Hawash on the offensive end, you know, looking for those offside players just to flash a little bit, trying to get a little bit more penetration into the lane and get the open shot. And then on defense, as you heard her there, folks, you know, got to crash the boards. They got to be stronger with the hands. They got to be much more competitive on the boards. Becker on the line for 2.
And that one.
Oak Park fans starting to get into it now.
Yeah, trying to affect the shot there at the line.
So far, it's been pretty quiet by the fan bases of both teams.
And they might want to make more noise.
Yeah. Yeah, Becker had the original Reynolds.
Bartlett looking to drive, dishes it off to her sister. She takes the outside shot, just a little bit short. Becker comes down with it. And makes the basket. So
nice
45-40.
Crossover to the left hand.
Yeah, it was. And that's a play that they've got a, well, nice pass by
Great
Dick.
by Jessica Dick.
Into Johnson, and Johnson converts and is fouled on the play. Now, one thing I was saying about Becker is she is left-handed.
Yeah.
So, of course, she's going to go to her left there, so you want to take that away.
Yeah. Seen a couple really good quick swing passes by Oak Park to hit that player, open player under the basket down the lane. Good example there by Jessica Dick.
And Emily Johnson, 5'11", only grade 10.
Oh my goodness.
So this is a player gaining some experience here in a provincial final. That can only help.
A little succession planning by Coach Brown.
No kidding. And actually, I'm looking, so is Signatovic, only in grade 10. So 2 of your big players that are on the floor are only in grade 10.
Yeah.
Unless that's a typo.
Placement with the outside shot. Good rebound by Becker.
Becker looking to drive. She gets it in. That was a good heads-up play there by Becker to get that ball into Reynolds.
Good battle there. The pace is picked up, Missy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is a close game. Bartlett a little bit short on that one again, driving into a lot of company there. Lee taking a look and puts it in. And you can see why Dick kind of set back a little bit, because there was a 2-on-1 again, and she was kind of taking a bit of a chance. And this is where, oh boy, there we get a charge being called against Johnson, I think, for leaning in there.
Yeah. Coming into the game for Massey, number 8. That's Julie Shakowski coming out as number 4, Taylor Klassen. She had a good rotation in there, so Coach Hawash, you know, starting to pick up the pace, keep fresh legs on the floor.
And that's Johnson's 4th foul.
Yeah, we've got a 4-point game here, so.
Becker takes a look.
Yeah.
Tuchinski.
We've seen her put it up once or twice. Yeah. Got 7 on the shot clock.
And a travel ball being called this time against Taylor Reynolds.
Well, and that's the impact of Marin Paquette having 4. You've got some kids playing on the outside that aren't used to handling the ball, so.
Yep. 1:58 left in the 3rd quarter here, so even this quarter's gone by very fast.
Yes.
Johnson with the ball. And we've got a travel being called, so she's moving her pivot foot. Looked like she stopped, and when she went to do a little bit of a step, she's moving that pivot foot.
Deborah Chiassi coming into the game. Coming out of the game is number 11, Taylor Reynolds. Laura Wall coming into the game for number 11, Emily Johnson for the Raiders.
Becker takes a look.
Yep.
Chiassi's also into the game. Nice defense by Oak Park. Oh, and there we almost had a steal, but somehow Signatovic came down with it. Bartlett gets it back into.
Oh, good chase down the lane there by Chiassi.
Yeah, Chiassi ended up knocking the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
Minute and a half left exactly in the third quarter of the girls' championship game. 48-44 is our score. Outside shot being taken by Dick, and
wow.
She drains it. I would say that was a much-needed basket.
Yeah. Becker pulls it up.
In and out, so that was a bad bounce, but that was a great look and a great shot by Becker.
And back into the game for the Trojans, number 10, Jessica Hartog. Coming out of the game is Becker, trying to give her a break just to the end of the quarter probably. Probably won't even sit out the rest of the quarter.
And they might not want her to take some unnecessary fouls as well.
Yeah.
Lee puts it up, doesn't go in, coming down with it is
hard on the ball.
Chiassi. Jump ball, alternating possession goes to the Trojans, so they'll maintain possession of the ball. Chiassi. I thought she actually traveled before she moved.
Yeah.
That shot taken by Lee. Bartlett comes down with it. She decides to slow things up at the speed of Torchinsky.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where they need to take care of the ball. They work so hard, move the ball back up 80 feet, and then just a little bit rushed. But yeah, the flat-out speed there of Victoria Tuchinski.
Absolutely. Less than a minute. Well, it looked like Bartlett was almost
good pressure
tripped
there.
On that. Blue was out of, or sorry, it's blue ball because she played it off of Lee, who was out of bounds. Smart play because she was being trapped. One thing you don't want to do is dribble into the corner there.
That's right.
They used to call that the idiot zone.
Yeah. Massey stepped up their defensive game here.
They definitely have. They put on a lot of pressure. Outside shot being taken. Oh, and a good bounce.
Little smile on the face of Deidre Bartlett
No
there, knowing
kidding.
that Massey didn't get that kind of bounce on those rims in the first half.
I think that bounced 3 times before it dropped in there, but a huge basket puts them back up to a 10-point lead. 16 seconds left. Chiassi with the outside shot, and she drains it, but just a 2.
Yeah, nice relaxed shot by Chiassi there.
Yeah.
Just great rotations by Oak Park.
Nice play and getting the ball inside to Dick. Oh, sorry, that was Signatovic, not Dick.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't even remember now.
Well, it's a 10-point lead by the Oak Park Raiders to end the third quarter here, 56-46 over the Vincent Massey Trojans. Before we forget, Missy, we'll just take a moment here to thank some of the great sponsors here for Manitoba High School Athletics. Starting with the title sponsors, the Dairy Farmers of Manitoba, Manitoba's Credit Unions, Manitoba Hydro, Sport Manitoba, Tire Stewardship, Manitoba Physiotherapy Association, Awards and More, Wilson, and Boston Pizza. So thank you to each and every one of those sponsors for your support of Manitoba High School Athletics, because without their support, we wouldn't be able to do these kind of championships. So our leading scorers at the end of the third quarter here for the Oak Park Raiders. We have Deidre Bartlett with 14, Lauren Bartlett with 9, and Jessica Dick has moved into second with 12 points with that outside shot late in the third quarter. Nia Becker still leads the way for the Trojans with 19, and Julie Shakowski with 7. The defensive boards is picked up because at the end of the first half, I'm not sure what it was, but it's defensive rebounds 26 for Vincent Massey. So they've certainly put a lot of, picked it up, 11 more defensive rebounds in that third quarter. So, but, they were down to a 4-point game there, and then bang, in the blink of an eye, it's a 10-point game.
Well, it just shows you how things can change like so very quickly in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Again, Coach Hawash is still having to protect Marin Paquette here against 4 fouls. We may not see her into that latter 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And at that point, she's been sitting for, 45 minutes.
Yeah, and at this point, you might also go, I have nothing to lose. I need her in there, and we just got to take our chance because we need her.
Exactly.
Bartlett.
So we'll see if Massey can come out and get the same kind of start they did to start the second half, because they went on an 8-0 run. So
yeah, Bartlett unsuccessful in that first one. Becker with the ball right now for the Trojans. Turchinski takes a look. Clayson. Hartog with the outside shot, doesn't go in. Big board there by, almost hold it. Well, I guess she did kind of hold on to it. That was a big board by Signatovic.
Yeah.
It was hard to tell where the ball was going to end up there, but she did everything possible to keep her feet in bounds.
Yeah. Got number 10, Jessica Hartog, on the hold, so it'll be an Oak Park ball on the baseline. Again, coming out in that 1-3-1 full court zone press. Was successful to start the first half or second half.
Ooh, that was
Kaczynski
close.
just over pursued a little bit.
That was close to another steal. Outside shot now by Bartlett, and Deidre.
That's like she's in the gym by herself shooting those
my
ones.
goodness, that was a great outside shot.
Yeah.
That's where they're going to have to put a little bit of pressure on the girls. However, I can see them leaving them open because they want to make sure that they don't allow the inside easy shot.
Yeah. Into the game, Vanessa Lee. Out of the game, number 10, Jessica Hartog. Again, we're seeing that 1-3-1.
Bartlett with the ball.
Quick hands, quick feet.
That was a good switch by the Trojans.
Yeah.
Switch of checks there. Dick with the ball, looking to drive. She goes up. Does it go in? Doesn't go in. It drops out. And she gets fouled on the play, but good hustle by Jessica Dick, not only on the shot, but to really fight for that rebound and get that second opportunity, and gets fouled on the play, which puts her to the line.
Yeah, really the only two players in foul trouble are, as we've said, Marin Paquette from Vincent Massey, and then Emily Johnson, one of the starters for Oak Park, has 4. So
Dick was good on the first one, puts him back up to a 14-point lead, short on the second one. Coming down with it is Clayson.
Nice wraparound pass there. Back into the hands of Lee.
Back to Clayson. Clayson trying to get it inside to the big girl, but Becker gets it. And I don't know how she banked that one, but it certainly wasn't. I don't think that's usually planned by players.
Nope. Not how many. Oh, there's a hard screen there by Laura Wall.
Good hustle again by Signatovic.
Good hustle there by Tuchinski. Bounces it off the leg.
Becker taking a look. Clayson sets up the screen. Becker drives.
Oh, and the hoop and the harm, they say.
And that foul's going to go against, I believe, they called it on number 5 that time. I thought it was actually against 6, but number 5 went against Laura Wall.
Yeah.
That's probably good because they wouldn't want it against Signatovic.
No.
So a 3-point play puts Massey right back in this one. 60-52, 8-point lead.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that was good hustle there
Good hustle.
by Dick to jump on that ball.
Deidre lost the handle, and they still came out of it. So good heads-up play there by her teammates.
Did gain possession, yes. Go ahead.
We've got a fresh 24 on the shot clock.
Nice fake by Deidre. She gets it to her sister, looking to drive. Goes up, banks it in. I've never seen so many bank shots by both these teams. Wonder if they're pool players.
Yeah, maybe. I think they're calling it under their breath. We just can't hear them missing.
Yeah, exactly.
Becker up.
Nice big board there by Wall. Gets called on the travel, and that's where players have to come down, just protect the ball.
Yeah.
Take your time. There's no rush. Protect the ball and then pass it to your guards. That was Poulton with the outside shot. Didn't drop in.
kicks it out.
That one was almost looking good. Big board there. We've got a jump ball being called.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I called the wrong name. It was actually...
Oak Park has been relentless on the boards. Great strong hands. Back into the game for Oak Park is number 11, Emily Johnson, playing with 4 personal fouls.
Yeah, and that was Shikowski that actually took the last shot for the Trojans. Torchinski. So Torchinski to inbound the ball now. Gets it to Garcia. 7 minutes left in the girls' championship game here. We're going to be followed by the boys' championship game, Oak Park Raiders and the St. Paul Crusaders. Becker takes the outside shot. Bartlett coming down with it. Again, showing no fear, dribbling through the team. That's something we saw in the opening half. And out of bounds. Johnson just stepped out.
Into the game is Deborah Chiassi and number 11. That's Taylor Reynolds, if I recall correctly. Got lots of green. We've got a few signs. We just need those Vassy people to get to the edge of their seat and make some noise. Help their team out a little bit.
Becker a little bit strong on that one, but she's had some good looks here. And she's a player you're going to want to go to. There's no question.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, that's a nice shot by Lauren Bartlett. And Lauren Bartlett is only grade 10, so these aren't twins, or just sisters, right? One's in grade 10, one's in grade 12.
Yeah.
But grade 10, 3 grade 10s.
And she played on the team last year as a grade 9 player.
Yeah.
Because I remember doing the Final Fours, and it was Bartlett and Bartlett again. So good pair, right?
Absolutely. That was a good one. I have to admit, that was a good one.
There goes Vittoria Tuchinski. She's got Chiassi. Oh, and nice control. That's one of about 1,000 interval runs that she does on a daily basis. So.
But usually not with the basketball in her hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
boy.
there she goes again.
Yeah. Oh, and now we've got
ball.
a foul being called from behind.
3 blue, hold.
And that's going to be her 3rd foul. But that's where, again, you got to take your time. Sometimes you can go too quick.
Yeah.
And then you lose control or the ability to stop and make a good pass.
Yeah.
And
But based on what I've seen with the 2 Bartlett girls, they have 2 speeds on and off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
Chiassi with a good look.
Doesn't drop in.
Yeah.
Bartlett coming down with the big board. Nice one-handed pass.
Boy, oh boy. Off the dribble.
Again, that's where Wall misses that one, but then they get the rebound. That's where they've got to convert on those easy shots.
Yeah.
I've seen far too many basketball games lost on missing a lot of layups.
Yeah.
Supposed to be the easiest shot, but I understand when there's a defense there, but on some of these there isn't the defense.
Well, the number of shots, and again, it's not that they aren't uncontested, but the number of shots missed inside the paint by Massey today, I'm not sure they would want to see a charting at the end of tonight.
No.
Chiassi out. Back into the game, Shikowski for Massey.
Becker with the ball. Going to do the step around, but it's tipped by Signatovic.
Great play there by number 11, Taylor Reynolds. Gets the little chippy in.
Oh, and wide open.
My goodness, the vision. Under pressure by half and hits that open pass.
And what she's doing, though, is she's not grabbing the ball and just picking it up. She's dribbling in one hand, rifling that over. And there we saw Becker with 3. So 69-62, just over 4 minutes left. Nice play there by
just the skill level of all these girls. No one's scared to put the ball down.
No, they're not.
They know they got a job to do.
Yeah. And that's where that could be a very dangerous pass. That's good defense by Reynolds.
Yeah.
What number 6, Signatovic, has to be careful is reaching over the back. So you got to be really careful on that pass. You got to lead it. Oh, and there we saw a nice shot there by
and
Dick.
Off to the races. Here we go. She's got to protect the ball, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
And favor return.
I'm not sure if that would have been a ball I would have passed. I might have gone for that one.
Foot on
Becker
the
with
line.
the outside
there
shot.
we go. And just like
69.
that, we have a 4-point game, Missy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 lines there. One's a university, one's a
Yeah.
high school. So
And we got a Massey ball. Great deflection by Victoria Kuczynski. Then it was off Lauren Bartlett's hands. Okay. Bartlett asking Coach Brown for a timeout just to get things settled. He says, play on.
yeah.
We've got 3:27 left. Becker's starting to feel a little bit.
Yeah, she's hit some nice outside
Yeah.
shots. So this will be important for Oak Park to convert here. Otherwise, it could become a 2-point game.
Yeah.
So
Kicks it out.
huge basket.
That's 2 big outside shots by Jessica Dick at just the
That's
right time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because this would have become a much different game.
Yeah.
Tuchinski taking a look to drive. She goes up, but is fouled on the play. And this foul, I believe, I don't know if they're going to call this against number 1 or number 10. We'll see in a second, but it is against number 1, so that's Lauren Bartlett. So she got called on the block, but we did see Dick kind of reach in as well. So 72-65 is their score. Less than 3 minutes in the girls' championship game. We've got a timeout being called on the floor. We'll see if we can listen into maybe one of the timeouts.
Looks like we got cameras coming from both, so we're just going to wait to see what our production crew says. It looks like they're going to be into Oak Park.
Hey, so let's make sure, like, hey, we got to run press break properly, okay? Yeah, so, no, but listen, I want Emily going to, if they stay in that zone press, all right, Emily, you got to get into the middle, okay? You got to get into the middle and hold that middle spot. You understand? Yeah, I want you inbounding the ball, and then just cut right up the middle. Then you guys space out. If they're in that, hey, listen, if they're in man pressure, then you inbound the ball. We'll be able to tell right away, okay? We'll be able to tell right away. Hey. Okay, hey, offensively, right? Offensively, hey, let's go.
Okay, Coach Brown just talking to his girls, emphasis on the pressure that Massey's putting on after made baskets. If it's in a 1-3-1, he wants one player to make sure she occupies that center spot to try and suck the outsides in. And if it goes man, then they've got a different play. I wish I knew what Tar Heels was to give you an idea of what the offensive set was, folks, but
well, it is a team. But
yeah. Usually in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
North Carolina, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, Bartlett with
Becker's
the ball.
on Bartlett there, so that's a good matchup on the outside, trying to take some of that outside shot with the length of Becker
Bartlett,
on the outside.
Bartlett
There's a good rotation there on defense.
Tuchinski coming down with the board.
Yeah, that's
nice pick off by Bartlett. 2:26 left. This still anyone's game.
nice curl there by number 11.
And big board by Dick, but it looked like she might have been, I don't know if she was knocked there.
I think we've got a kick ball, so it's going to be an Oak Park ball on the baseline. Yep, back into the game for the Trojans, number 3, Vanessa Lee. Out of the game is Alexis Garcia. .21 on the shot clock.
Johnson with the ball gets it to Bartlett. 2 minutes.
I would think the other thing that was maybe inherent in what Coach Brown was wanting to talk about was just to make sure they're using the clock.
Yeah.
You know, oh, there's a good quick hands there by
No
Kuczynski.
kidding. Nice defense there by Dick.
She's had an extremely strong game at both ends.
She has.
Yeah. Well, we'll certainly see in a very short time the All-Stars, but based on tonight's game, I would say Jessica Dick has got to be in the running. She's had a very strong outing on both ends of the court tonight.
Yeah, I mean, your Bartletts have done very well.
Yeah.
Becker.
Yeah.
So Bartlett wants to get this over. That's good control on her part.
Yeah, just using up the clock. Got Leslie Lee on the block. A little surprised there that Becker didn't try on the half-court trap because he got her forced into the corner, but I don't think Becker's in any foul trouble yet.
No, I don't believe she is. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Minute and a half left. Oh, and that's
There's a good read by Vanessa Lee coming down, just stepped out.
Oh boy, and that was thrown away by Bartlett, so that's where it's unfortunate Lee stepped out of bounds because it results in the Oak Park ball. 6 seconds left on the shot clock, so they're going to have to get this ball inbounds and then shoot relatively quickly. 6 seconds is a little bit longer than you think, though.
Yeah, we've got Marin Paquette back in for the Trojans.
Yeah. Nice put around. And that ball did go off the backboard.
Off the rim, so the new 24.
Yep. But heads up play there by Signatovic to get that ball. Lee with the ball. Just over a minute, 74-66. And we've got a foul being called, this time against Signatovic. Looked like she got a piece of that one, must have caught a little bit of the hand.
Got her on the forearm, so Becker's going to go to the line for 3.
And
certainly in favor of Oak Park, but right now it's it's an 8-point lead. Good on these 3. Get a stop on the other end.
Yeah. Well, and what's going to be important here is no matter what happens, if Oak Park gets the ball, and they will, even if they make this basket, right, the second one, but they're going to want to try and convert because then it still keeps it into a few possession game. So it's a 7-point game right now. So if it goes to 6, that's a 2 possession. If you're looking at 3-pointers, it goes in and out, but a huge board by Dick. But it's stolen, and now she's fouled.
Great play there by Taylor Reynolds. Good compete level.
Absolutely, but that's where, you know what, you got to protect the ball. Like, swing that ball around, protect it so you don't give them the chance to reach in and grab it from you.
So again, Oak Park into 5-team fouls.
Well, I think they're calling an intentional foul here because he said she reached around her like a bear hug.
Okay.
Fortunate for Oak Park.
Yeah. So
Massey's not doing as good a job from the line.
No, their shooting percentage from the line has not been great tonight, Missy.
Yeah.
And they're going to get possession here.
Yeah.
That could have been a 4-point or potentially 5-point, depending on what they do
absolutely.
here.
It changes the game. Like we said, games are won or lost at the line. So.
Yeah.
And back into the game right now is Paquette.
Yeah.
Lee with the outside shot doesn't go in.
No.
But
they're going to battle for the ball.
Yeah, players are fighting for it. Becker's got the ball, but we're going to get a travel ball because she tried getting up there. She would have been best to just hold on to it. It might have resulted in a jump ball.
We have a timeout, Vincent Massey. Inside the last 2 minutes, so possession for Massey is going to go to the front court down by the free throw line. So looks like we'll be heading into Massey timeout.
No one's involved except for Marin. Okay, so we're denying the ball as much as we can. Ball's in. Okay, if you can't trap it, it's still right away. Otherwise, we're going to foul. Okay? Yes? Okay? Then we have to call timeout. Bring the ball to the front court. Let's run offense. Then we get a rebound. We got to push. Okay, ladies, we got to push. Yes? Let's start right inside out play. Be ready for the backdoor cut off the screen. Okay? Talk about things. They got this person too. Where they run the person out of bounds off the screen. Talk about it. Don't get hit on it. Yes? Okay? Keep going, guys. Right, the shot's gonna fall. Get rhythm and you take your shot. Let's go. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Drop it.
Right, so there you heard Coach Hawash. It is 54.6 seconds on the clock. Oak Park up 74-67. One of the stats we were just looking at, even coming into the fourth quarter, was the free throw percentage shooting under 50% for the Trojans. Kind of a the tail of the game right now, and I'm not sure if Becker hit any of those 3 that she was just on the line for.
Yeah, and there you have.
And there goes Marin Paquette, her 15th foul. So tough way for the grade 12 player to go out of the game.
And she almost, you don't have much choice but to foul the player. It's unfortunate it was her in that position that had to take her 5th and disqualifying foul. smart play by Johnson. Time was going to run out. She played it right off Becker. Back into the game
Trying
is
to recalculate
Clayson.
the length of Becker's arms there to try and get it around
kidding.
her.
But there we get Garcia holding on to Bartlett. It's hard to get open when you're being wrapped around.
Yeah. Oh, there's a good switch by Garcia there, but got her. They had fouls to give, but that is now going to put Massey on the line. So,
you know, I'm surprised because she's not just reaching in, she's wrapping around. So I'm not sure how that's different than the foul that was called at this end, right? If it's a bear hug, it's a bear hug.
Other than maybe it was one at a time instead of the double grab. Yeah, it's a fine line at the end of the game when players are fouling to get possession or get the foul call, and whether it's part of the game or that's that intentional foul.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I don't think I would call it intentional at that point because you know players are going to be trying to.
Yeah, we have a timeout Oak Park, I believe. No, timeout Massey.
76-67 is our score right now.
So 9-point lead by Massey with less than a minute left, about 50 seconds. So now we're into Coach Murray Brown, and it's probably the final timeout of the game.
Okay, whoever's on the ball, whoever they have inbounding the ball, all right? We want to make sure that we really overplay. If they go out, right, that's okay, right? But make sure you're active. Jump around a little bit, get in their line of vision. Okay, watch for any screen up, right, coming down this way, right? You make sure, right, you have absolutely no help responsibility. Just stay with her wherever she goes. Hey, make her shoot over you. Don't leave your feet. All right? Hey, we've got one defensive possession to win this game. So let's make sure that we're real smart here. Do not foul, right? Let's get out there. Let's get it done. Thank you. Let's go. Hey, just let us, hey, this is an important time. Let me finish what I'm saying, please.
All right, we're back at it. We've got 43.8. Massey's got possession. They definitely need a conversion here, Missy.
Absolutely. Time's running out. And they've done it before, so Lee with the ball. Oh,
there's a...
I think we were thinking it was a double dribble, but I think it was touched by the Oak Park players. So Bartlett with the ball, 36 seconds left. This is going to be important for...
Oh, there's the intentional. Yeah, so she'll be shooting 2 plus the ball back.
Plus the ball. And that's where players like... You do have to, I mean, you have to foul, but you also got to be smart in how you foul, right? I mean, at this point, you don't want to give them the ball, so an intentional is not very good.
And she converts the front end. Makes it a 10-point game. Lauren Bartlett, again, 2 for 2. We have an 11-point lead, and they get the ball back with 33.4 seconds.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate because that's what you didn't really want the other team to get possession of the ball there, right?
Garcia on Deidre Bartlett. This is where this last 30 seconds can take a while.
Well, and often then the score is not a good indicator of the game, right? Because now you get a chance to build on that lead, but it's all on fouls in the last 9 seconds.
Play, absolutely.
And Oak Park's a good shooting team and has done a great job from the line tonight. So now you're at a 79-67 score, whereas a few minutes ago it was 4 points.
Yeah.
And converts on that one, so it's now a 13-point lead.
Yeah.
You know, less than 30 seconds left. Gets it to Becker. Becker takes a look, takes that outside shot, doesn't go in. Garcia gets it. Lee looking to drive, but reaching in. Now again, I would say that's not a great play. Why would you foul at that point and put them at the line? There is only 15 seconds left, but now you're in foul trouble. Not foul trouble. As a team, you're putting them in bonus.
Yeah.
So you're putting them to the
trying,
line.
Yeah, they're closing the gap with the clock stop. So
yeah.
I just don't think that there's, as they say, there's enough runway left for Massey to land this one.
No.
So. But, you know, to the credit of both teams, you know, competing right to the bitter end, which
Absolutely.
is exactly what you'd expect from your athletes.
Yep, you don't want anyone to roll over and play dead, and no team
Yep.
did. Becker with the outside shot falls a little bit short. Coming down with that is Johnson.
Yeah. And they're just going to let the clock run out at this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
And, we got a foul
Apparently
there
not.
being
We've
called.
got 2.5 left.
He spoke too soon. That
Yeah.
was a kiss of death. That's Chikowski
Yeah.
getting the foul. And that's
So,
her fourth.
Coach Brown hugging his players going down the bench.
Well, with 2.5 seconds, 13-point lead and an opportunity to even
I'd
build
put money
on it.
I'd put money on this one at this point.
Yeah, I would think so.
Not that I condone betting, folks. A friendly pop on the line, maybe.
And short on the second
And there
one.
we go.
And there's our game.
Congratulations to the Oak Park Raiders and Coach Murray Brown on winning the 2017 Manitoba High School Athletics Association 4A Milk Championships. And congratulations to Coach Howish and the Vincent Massey Trojans. Very successful season. You know, they knew what they were up against. Oak Park had the edge on them over the course of the season series, and Oak Park again prevailed in what was the championship series. So
Yeah.
here we have Trent with Coach Murray Brown, fresh off the win. Over to Trent.
All right, Coach, I got one question for you. How does it feel to take home the win today?
That is awesome. Like we started, you spend so much time in the gym with these kids, and you just hope for the best. And they got what they deserve, right? And I'm so proud of the team and the work they put in. So yeah, it's awesome.
What was your real key for success today?
Toughness and rebounding, trying to keep them off the boards. They're so big and strong, right? We just tried to keep them off the boards, and we did a pretty good job of it. And like again, some kids came through and made some big shots for us, huge shots. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to throw it back up to our play-by-play in color, guys. Thank you guys for watching.
Hey, thanks for doing this, guys.
All right,
Yeah,
thanks,
that's
Trent.
awesome.
Thanks, Coach Murray Brown, and congratulations again to the Oak Park Raiders. As we can see, the players are just shaking hands with Vincent Massey right now, and we're getting set up for the awards. Your thoughts on the 4A Girls Varsity Championship here, Missy?
Well, you know what? I think both teams played very, very well. It was a close matchup. We did see Oak Park start off with a bit of a lead, but then we saw Vincent Massey just rebound nicely and get themselves back into this game with a quick start, a 10-0 run in the third quarter at the start right after the half. But then Oak Park showed a lot of composure by just doing what they do well, and that's with the Bartlett twins, shooting on the outside and getting some very well-timed shots when they saw Massey back in it, and it just kind of stretched that lead again. And when in doubt, they also put it inside to some of the bigger players.
Yeah, very experienced, very calm team despite the pressure of a championship game. So I believe we're going to turn it over to our house announcer right now, and we're going to hear the single individual player awards and then the team championship. So we'll turn it over to our house announcer.
Opportunity to acknowledge our major sponsor for the event, the Dairy Farmers of Manitoba, along with our partners, Manitoba's Credit Union, Wilson, Boston Pizza, Manitoba Hydro, Sport Manitoba, McDonald's, Awards and More, Tire Stewardship of Manitoba, and the Manitoba Physiotherapist Association. We'd also like to welcome our awards presenters. David Weens is representing the Dairy Farmers of Manitoba, and Chris Kazunas is the president of the MHSAA Board of Directors. First off, we'd like to take this opportunity to recognize this year's Dairy Farmers of Manitoba Players' Choice Award, as selected by the athletes participating in this year's Final Four. This year's Players' Choice Award goes to, from Sisler High School, Razel Ginto. Congratulations, Razel. The Manitoba High School Athletic Association would like to acknowledge this year's championship all-star team. This year's all-stars are from Oak Park, Claire Signatovich. From Vincent Massey, Naya Becker. From Sisler High School, Razel Ginto. From Vincent Massey Collegiate, Victoria Tachinsky. And from Oak Park Collegiate, Lauren Bartlett. The 2017 Milk High School Basketball Championships Most Valuable Player from Oak Park, Deidre Bartlett. Now, if we could ask the captains of the Vincent Massey Trojans to come up and accept their MHSAA finalist banner. Now, if we could call the following athletes from Vincent Massey to come up and accept their finalist medallions. Alexis Garcia. Jensen Woitis. Vanessa Lee. Taylor Clayson. Kristen Dooley. Marine Paquet. Victoria Tachinsky. Julia Shapkowski. Sarah Lamoureux. Jessica Hartog. Taylor Reynolds. Tanya Wallach. Amai Grant. Naya Becker. Deborah Chiasi. Trainer, Alex Learn. Assistant coach, Stephanie Trimble. And head coach, Stacy Hawash. Congratulations, Vincent Massey.
Okay.
Now, if we could ask for the captains of the Oak Park Raiders to come up and accept their championship banner and championship trophy. Now, if we could get the individual athletes to come up and accept their championship t-shirts and medallions. Lauren Bartlett. Annika Weber. Deidre Bartlett. Emma Anton. Laura Wall. Claire Signatovich. Catherine Marquez. Tess Polton. Sam Courtney. Jessica Dick. Emily Johnson. Holly Clausen. Trainer for the team is Starling Jelena. Head coaches, Holly Kitchen. And head coach, Murray Brown. Congratulations to both teams. Thank you, the fans, coming out and supporting high school sports. Up next, the boys' championship final between the Oak Park Raiders and the St. Paul's Crusaders.
Oh, that's Oak Park there.